I can't. I did try when I was in my hoe phase, and I was just like, whoever will reply to this DM, okay, come get it. And there was someone I met online who did like age play and liked being a baby and stuff. And I tried it, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't never do anything physical. But once they sent me a picture of them, like, in their gear and stuff, I was like, I feel like a predator.
Right.
I felt like a predator, and I didn't like that. And I was like, this is not for me. I'm gonna try to say no shame for that one, but like, I don't really need it. I'm sorry.
And
sorry.
I never shave it. I was like, I guess I don't agree with it. So the ideas I never shave for.
As long as you actually do not in your mind have any sexual feelings or thoughts about actual children, that is no shame for me. Now, if it goes to a place where you wish you could have kids, so you're doing this fantasy, like you wish you could assault kids, because that's what it would be. And that's why you do this fantasy, that's where you lose me. Otherwise, you do you. It will never be with me, but you do you.
Yeah. And I think that, of course, when it comes to these things, it is those things where, you do have these conversations. And there are, like, questions you can ask again, especially if you're talking about, okay, how do I... Because I know people like that,
I never
too.
shame them, though. I just, like, stop talking to them.
Yeah, and I know people like that, too, who, they want to do a little bit more than maybe they think that their spouse or the person that they're with would want to do. And so it's always like, how do I do this? Or I really like this and I'm really into this, but they might feel this way. And I think the biggest thing is, like, when you talk about anything, people always talk about, of course, is conversation. You do have to have conversation with somebody and or try to find small ways to kind of bring it in. Like, especially like, certain things, like you might just bring in handcuffs for the one time, and then maybe next time you might bring in the blindfold. So just introduce
you
some
gotta
small...
start slow.
Start slow with people.
Any kink.
In the building. And again, you do have those conversations too of like, what do you like? And I mean, I know sometimes we get, sometimes I don't know, in a weird place with that, but I mean, I feel like it's one of those things, like if you have those desires or you want to experience that with a person, it's just let them know. Again, they'll let you know too, openly, hey, not this much. And again, that's where, safe words kind of came into play. You have those boundaries. Well, okay, I'm willing to go to this extent with you, but if people say that, well, how far are you willing to go? Well, listen, I can do a lot of things, but you ain't doing nothing to me type of situation. This is where I be drawn, for me, so they know, okay, cool.
For me, it's any mommy, daddy, baby stuff. I don't do that. I only say mommy and daddy as a joke. I'd never say it in the bedroom.
Like mommy,
for real.
Yeah.
It freaks me out.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's fine if you do it. I actually genuinely mean no shame in that. But for me, it gets me so quick out of the mood and so in my head.
Like, what? So it's those things too, like, and those triggers, okay, well, I won't say this and I won't say that. Because, I mean, I think it's supposed to, regardless of all of these things, it's supposed to be something, a good, enjoyable in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, definitely, have those conversations. Sometimes it's weird for people to go into like adult stores and stuff, but a lot of them are really, really great. Like, they're not like
and they're
crazy
used to
and
it.
raunchy.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Right? They're used to, like, but I mean,
it's just like another day in the office.
Exactly. Like, that's how I take it from working in there too. It was that. It's like, at the end of the day, we have to be professional. So again, it is no judgment. And I have people coming there for all kinds of things. I had grandmamas coming in there. Yeah, I need
hell yeah.
That to do. And I remember here like Loki with me, mom, pulling it out, turn the lights on, and make it twirl. And
I hope you gave her some good lube.
Listen, did all the things. She was good. Listen, she's ready. This one, feel the vibration of this one. You know what I mean? Like, but.
Okay, I want to get into a few more things because I know we're running out of time. Okay. I don't remember what time we started, but this is where we're at now.
Okay.
And I know it's been at least 20 minutes, but I don't know how long. So, leather can be a part of the BDSM kink, but just the sensual texture of leather on skin. And y'all know, low-key, I'm sorry, animals, but low-key when I smell real leather, it probably does turn me on because the feelings that I get of, like, this smells so good. Like, it's just like gasoline where it's I know I shouldn't be smelling this, but it smells so good.
And good leather does have that smell.
Yeah.
And sometimes it constricted too because leather is tight, so a lot of times
is
those physical pleasure kinks as well.
But there's like all the leather whips. You could have leather collars. You could have like all these different things. There's water sports, but I'm sure y'all know them as golden showers. So if you like being peed on or peeing on someone, I would pee on someone. I would never be peed on, but I would need them to take a shower before I continued anywhere else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's just me. Or I'd pee on them in the shower or something like that. I could not be peed on. That's not for me.
Being like body fluids in those ways, it's so crazy. I'm good with other body fluids, but like those, like like blood and those kind of those kind of things. But if
I had a choice,
I would be like
of like pee or pooped on. I'm definitely going to pee on
for sure pee to poop for sure.
I'd rather even pee in my mouth than poop anywhere on my body.
Yeah,
I cannot.
And I saw this at a concert. Look, it was real, but it was so concert. Like it came across a thing, and sure enough, she was like had one of the fans on the ground, and she was literally peeing on him during the concert. It was so crazy.
Oh my God,
so
that's
crazy.
Wild.
I was hoping it was fake, but from the angle and all that stuff, it did look definitely real. But I don't know because it was like a lot of pee. Like it was a lot of pee.
Oh my God!
It was like a lot of. It was like, oh my gosh, girl, you just started up for the whole show, like. It's crazy.
And then people have like fat fetish, and now fetish and kink are two different things. Fetish is like an obsession with a particular body part, and then kinks are like can be all different types of things that turn you on. Teddy's clearly not turned on. He's annoyed.
He's looking at stuff though, so I don't know if that's a kink or not,
I know. And then he looked at us. He looked so ashamed.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You're fine. Go ahead. Just you can't lick my face for the rest of the day. Yeah. So there's like fat and feeder fetish, where like sometimes like. It has to do with feeding. Sometimes, like, you rub it against. Now, this one can get dangerous when it's, like, I've seen people put, like, cucumbers up them and stuff. It can get very dangerous. You can prolapse. So be very careful. Like I said, do your research. We are not experts. We're just sharing things that we found. And then there's bondage. There's, I always feel like I say this wrong, but oh, I'm saying it wrong.
Mechanism?
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna spell it because it's a sadist ritual basically. It's sadist and it's like masochist. I'm not saying it right. Okay. SADOMASOCHISM. I always say it wrong. But that's like inflicting pain, punishments, and stuff. That I would have to. I feel like I could do that if it was someone that I have like built a relationship with. I could never do that with like a one night stand, because I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't feel that.
You have to have a lot of trust.
Yeah, and I've seen somewhere it's like because you depending on the pain too. So again, like have those levels, have those safe words, because I mean I've seen people where they're really like. And they're beating on the person almost, you know what I mean? But they both love it, you know what I'm saying? They both enjoy it. Or people getting like hit with certain different things that's like literally leaving webs or cutting into skin and stuff, is, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things. So definitely make sure like the person is like okay with those levels of like, especially when it comes to those things, you know. And if you do get to those places where you do like those kind of things, you know, make sure you're, you know, aftercare. You know, you put ointments on, and you know, I mean, all the things so that nothing gets affected.
Communication throughout, and like definitely have a safe word, because consent is only for the moment that you give consent. You can always take it back.
Yes, and with those things, and also with this stuff too, like they do have actually like consent like kind of contracts that literally can like outline like, you know, what do you like, what do you don't want, you know what I'm saying, and all those things too. That they have and that's available, so you can like look those things up, just to make sure like everybody knows like going in like what the expectation is, you know. Yeah, for sure. And then those can always change in the moment. So impact play is like spanking, paddling, canning, which I'm not sure what canning is. Caning or
cane? Oh, probably
caning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the googly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was no.
Not a corporal punishment. Yeah, it is a single cane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, a cane. Okay. That's one of the most popular BDSM. you can get like there are some that are really like. There are some whips that, because I've gone to a store with one of my friends like years ago, and we looked at a bunch of different whips, so I got to learn more.
Yeah.
So I haven't done much with that, but
yeah, there are different ones.
but there's like nice, like soft leather ones, and then there's some that.
String.
Yeah. Those are really nice, because then you can hit hard without hurting.
Yeah.
So those are really nice.
Yeah.
So you still both get the sensation of it without like leaving the welts and stuff. Right. And then there's foot fetish, y'all know. There's voyeurism. That's a good way not to get pregnant, is just watch other people have sex. Maybe they get pregnant, but you don't.
Right. I've always been so open to that. Like, I would not mind a group just watching me. Like, no cap.
Oh, I actually, like, when I've taken a test, voyeur was one of my top things.
It's one of mine.
But not as much porn, because I don't know if they're enjoying it for real or if it's acting.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I watch a lot of, like, amateur or, like, girl on girl, because I'm like, well, girl on girl, they'll probably enjoy it more because they feel more safe. Usually, I would think, at least. And then also, like I said, I'm mostly gay. So... it's nice to watch, but this is one I would want to try, but I'd be so scared. It's like I'd be scared to hurt their feelings, but that's the whole point. Is the humiliation kink?
Oh yeah. A lot of people do have those.
Yeah,
it's a big major thing, and for those who do,
I just hope that they do love themselves, though.
But I think that's what it is. Like, some people like to just because they might, or some
people are really arrogant. They need to be taken down and
their positions, like let's say they're like CEOs and they have to be like so serious all the time. Sometimes it is to be like, and so that's why I always tell people too, like praise your kink, and praise or degradation, humiliation.
As long as it doesn't actually cross the lines of bestiality or pedophilia.
Some people do have the opposite, which is praise kinks, where they want to be, kind of praised through it, where some people want to be told, and degradation has different levels, because sometimes that's just, being called,
I just want you to be honest. Like, if I earn the praise, definitely give it to me. But don't lie to me. But it's that some people like to be. I mean, that's fine.
Some people like to be,
for me.
Called a door, with the other word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like some people like to be called.
I hate that.
Princess or.
I hate that too. So, I hate both of those.
We're doing it. Okay, we do it.
I can do it to them, but someone calls me princess or whore, I'm like, sorry, I said the word. But if you call me either one of those, I am no longer having sex with you. Like, I am like, for real. I mean, we can talk about it as long as you don't repeat it again, but both of those words make me feel icky. The door one makes me just want to punch you in the face, and the princess makes me want to literally run away and never be seen from again. Like, I hate both of those. Now, and this isn't me shaming anybody, because I get it if you like both of those. And if you like both of those, I'd be happy to do that to you, because also a big part of my thing is like pleasure for what the other person likes, which is why I even tried the H play to begin with, because I wanted to be able to do that for somebody. But not for me. Not for me.
That's how I am. I'm a pleasure self down, so that's what it is. Like, I get off more by them getting off. That's how. So I do things. I like to do things that And you got people who switch, because there's so different kind of, like, they literally test for these kind of things. They're literally done that. Literally will even give you a percentage of where you are, what you know what I'm saying?
Because I'm a true verse, but I've gotten really lazy. Where I'm just like,
see, mine's normally to be in, because I am more of a master dom. Like, I like to be in charge. So
I think that if and when I do get I know I need to cure the inside before I cure the outside, but if and when I do get surgeries that I want, I would be more into my dom lifestyle. It's just that I don't like my body from certain angles, so I just want to lay down where I think it looks better.
But the whole idea of the dom part is that, and not like, I don't be like that, you're like in control, but it is that you're the dominant one, so
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So,
I do want to explore more dom stuff and more like the humiliation stuff. Not for me, like humiliating them.
Yeah.
And do not humiliate me. I will cry.
Right. You said, what about me?
I'd rather be called princess than humiliated.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I do want to try all that stuff. I just like I'm not. I don't know. I mainly just want to eat pussy right now. That's all I really want. I don't even really want sex. I just want,
Is there
a little snack.
Is there a kink for that?
I'm sure. People do pony play too, going back to some of that, but a lot of like there are a lot of like anal not anal beads, but like the anal plugs that have tails and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I've seen people wear tails in public, and it's actually their tail coming out of their anal bead. I know.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, wearing it all day? How does that not like...
But yeah, I've seen like that being a thing where a lot of people wear
it
butt plugs all day.
I mean, I guess it does the job of like stretching it out, but yeah, that's another
glow and all kind of stuff. I've seen people in the club and you can just see like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing. I want to peg someone, but I never want it done to me. I never ever want it. I never want it. Don't even come this way. Get Giving or receiving?
What? Huh?
You want anal play giving or receiving?
I mean, what?
You don't want either one.
I mean, not.
Well, are you not understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not understanding.
So do you
want... I definitely want to receive nothing.
Well, you can still receive it. I know you're like 99% straight at least, and maybe 100.
What? Receive what?
Receive, because girls have strap-ons.
Receive?
Yes.
My goes with my contract is like I said, you can read to a lot of things, but doing things with me is no. Not even a play, not even a finger, not even. I gotta do things where
Not even a finger.
Not even girls are eating it. Listen, I
would maybe go to finger zone if it's like your pinky
and
you don't have nails.
My ass. I would like probably hit her.
Dude, if you take a shower first, it's the most fun thing in the world. You gotta really, really clean it out, but it's so fun. It's so fun. That was one thing that surprised me, and I did not know until I actually tried it.
I mean, but that I understand, like for female, absolutely.
No, but I did it both ways.
Oh wow. First of all,
and they were surprised.
I don't even like when a little water splash.
Oh my God. Your butthole just stays clenched.
Yeah, and it's also like, I just feel like there's no unawkward position for a man to get in to allow that. It's just...
You have to do it doggy style.
Once again, my statement is there's still no...
And then if you're all clean and washed, then you can just move zones. You can move throughout all. Or you can be handy while you're...
No, there's no position to be that's just not awkward. None. Like...
See, it's just... I feel like it's awkward because you're not used to it. You never tried it. You know what I mean?
It was the master dom in me. What?
I guess that as well.
That's definitely that though.
Yeah.
Because I'm hot. Listen, my first two, my top two is all master dom and then everything else. Like
mine isn't. My top one's voyeur.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you didn't say it. There's so much about you. It's so much about you. However you go, baby,
I just want to be entertained.
3-4 because I'm open to a lot of things, but.
That's why I want to go to a sex club, but just like watch.
Oh yeah, I've seen some. And it's crazy because they charge guys. I've seen a few. Of course, charge like single guys more. And of course, you get better if you're a couple going. It's always just cheaper.
I'm just scared to go by myself. Like I need
if
you take Tommy shit on the road to the
yes. I do want to follow for real.
No, they wouldn't allow us with like cameras or nothing.
So apparently, there's actually a club here, like specific.
There is. I know of someone that went to it.
Yeah, and I looked into it, but it is that because it's like I think $60 for doing something crazy.
Yeah. I just get scared.
Because you don't gotta do anything. You can
I know, but
just go.
What more so gets me scared is not necessarily being inside, because I feel like they keep it like pretty like well run and a bunch of security. It's more so like, what if I'm walking to my car and someone that was good inside because they had a bunch of security, like tries to like steal me outside or something, or you know, like that's the part that scares me more so, is like the walking in and out more than even being inside.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
I see that.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to go with a group. I still haven't. An orgy has been on my mood board for 2 years now, and I still haven't done it.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
like,
funny.
I want to so bad. I just want it so bad because it's like the more bodies, the better for me, honestly. Because then it gets me out of my head. I'm so in my head when it's like one-on-one. That's why I like threesomes even more than just one-on-one, because I'm just like thinking so much and wondering if I'm doing a good job and like feeling boring or feeling ugly or like thinking about my taxes being due. Like I'm just like all over the place. I'm just thinking about everything. But with like more bodies, I'm just like, oh wow, I gotta you know. Now we're talking about not getting pregnant, but there is a pregnancy kink. Now they don't necessarily want to get pregnant, but they want to feel like they're about to get pregnant. And lactation kinks. Yeah. Now lactation, I would be down for. I've always wanted to taste some titty milk.
What is it? Same weird way, but just to.
Yeah, I just want to see what it tastes like. For real. Yeah.
Another one I know people do, like a pregnancy kink. I'm sure a lot of people like that. I can't think of like the name of it at the moment. Hey. Okay, we're gonna have to cut that. So close.
I know. Come here, Ted. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but I know
probably 45.
Breeding kinks and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know a female that was like that, and granted, like I'm so protector of my seed in that way. Like that's just something I personally don't do. Like I never like come inside of a female because again, I'm not trying to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like even with condoms, like many times even condoms I pull out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not trying to. Mm-hmm. But
I got lucky.
Yeah, but I did a couple times. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, this is crazy. But also sometimes like she also had a thing, which is why I think her kink came from, because she couldn't really have kids. Like you know what I'm saying? She only had one, and that was almost like a medical, you know what I'm saying? Miracle. You know, so she was like, you know, so because she couldn't, it was like, okay, well, I feel a little safer because I know that. You know, it's already a very, very low chance of getting pregnant. So, you know what I'm saying? But it was still one that I was just like, I don't want, you know, it was great, but
but then afterwards, you're just so
like,
scared. Well, what if I was the one?
Right, because like, you know, it's only 5% chance, and I'd be like, this is my luck. I'll be that 5% chance. Like, sheesh, you know.
So there is cock and ball torture as well.
I've seen some. Those
it's
crazy.
CBT is what they call it. It's non-penetrative. It's a submissive kink. Masochism. I said it right. That was the word, masochism. It's all. This article says it's all about sweet pain for your nuts and bolts.
But listen, I've seen that, and I'm just as a guy like, cause that was one guy who was like, that was like a thing for him. Like he like feet in that way, but it was different. Like he wanted people to walk on them, and that's the thing. But it was also a thing where he didn't like if they had heels on. He was kind of particular. Like he only liked bare feet. Number one, so sometimes he would come in for like. Sometimes he would get a flick or whatever that had that particular kink in it, and so I would like always say one for like, hey, so if he came in, hey, this just came in, he'd check it out or look at it. You know, if they had shoes up in it, period, he didn't want it at all. Which was so dope because one time he came in with a little lady friend. You know what I mean? It was so exciting. He was so happy to bring her in and show her off. And I'm thinking my head like, he even finally got here. And I'm looking like, you like it? She's like, look, you like it? Love it? Da da da. I said, oh, y'all having the time of your life. Yeah. So he finally happy. He probably got something that's really down for it. Like he was just so happy. I feel like he almost brought her in just to show me.
Yeah.
Like I'm got somebody. You know,
I would do that.
So great.
I would do that, but not if it's someone that I have the intention of marrying, because if it's a penis person that I intend on marrying and they want to hurt their balls all the time, they might not be able to have kids.
Right? Some looks so painful. Like It be different colors. They be doing crazy. I mean, like really.
Never mind.
Yeah, we
just
gonna
how
talk about. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish it, but listen.
Maybe I wouldn't do it.
I've seen some. Oh my gosh, like gangs look like torture. Like,
yeah.
I
mean, it literally tortures in the word.
Like, oh my god.
And there's like crazy. Nipple and breast torture as well.
They have little cages. Those I can understand. But you got cages you put your junk in, so basically you can almost not get erection on.
Yeah. I do know people that like. I was gonna say I know people that edge like for days on end, so then they just have huge explosions. That's actually really hot to me. That's actually really hot.
It's actually very healthy too. Especially as a man
really?
too. It's very healthy. And it helps you actually over time actually prolong. So if you do struggle with ejaculating early, that's actually something you can do as a man to like start boosting yourself up is edging. Because the longer you do, the longer you last, and over time you'll start actually lasting longer. So
yeah, women, I don't suggest edging unless you struggle with that, because I feel like it takes us damn long enough.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say from my own experiences, that's not necessarily the case.
Ooh.
I personally feel like sometimes.
Jockey's saying he wins the gold medal over here.
I'm just saying, they sometimes go quicker. I'm like that. You talking about guys coming quick, shot at you? I barely got it in all the way.
Oh my god!
I think it depends on, because that's a big thing too. I personally do think with women that a lot of men fail because, and I put this tip out there, so we do have a lot more male. We found out. Viewer type of thing, but let me just say, like, women remember foreplay more than they remember sexual acts. So that is the key from Q's wisdom books. Take it as you will, but I will tell you that women remember foreplay
and like
more than the act. So
if you
spend more time there, if you spend more time there, then you'll have women who will. Yep. A whole lot quicker than you expect, I promise.
And if you don't get me wet naturally and we have to use lube, then I'm already less turned on than I would be.
Oh, yeah. So
and I feel like that's part of it as well.
Definitely take,
And it doesn't feel like you care.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Take the time to care about it. Make it feel like, because sometimes you remember that. I promise you. When they think about it, they think about everything that led before. For us, it's kind of that moment and, into that moment, but for them it's the lead up. So you take more time and more care to the lead up. I'm telling you, everything afterwards, it's over. It's over.
We'll write a sex book.
Yeah, right.
Now this is one I didn't even know. There's a pantyhose kink. So it's apparently very popular, very intense, non-penetrative kink. So it's like usually the person with the vagina is wearing the pantyhose. And then it's usually like feet or legs or butt covered in pantyhose while masturbating with a pantyhose or wearing pantyhose. Like, I guess you like masturbate on the outside, I guess, and come inside. I don't know. That one kind of confuses me. Let me see.
My thing is it might be just one of those texture things. So,
honestly, let's bring back dry humping. Why don't we dry hump anymore?
Oh.
It was so fun. I feel like I had more fun dry humping a lot of times than I did during sex.
I was younger for sure. That was like the thing, all the over clothes stuff. And I'm telling you, like a lot of times it'd be like, yo, and it comes out as a kid too, especially you're in the early stages. So many times where it's, they did what they needed to do. It did what they needed to do.
I just feel like I feel like kissing. Like I miss kissing. I haven't made out with someone in so long, and that was my favorite thing. That's why it took me so long to have sex, because I was like, I just want to make out with people. And even after I had sex, I was like, that's it. That's boring. I just want to make out with people. Like.
Well, listen, you have those orgies and stuff. Then listen, you have
I know that won't be boring. That is be great.
For sure.
I know, and that's what's really fun is like you do all these different things. But that's why I love threesomes, is because it's like all moving parts all the time, touching different parts, doing different things, parts all the time.
I wouldn't know. That's been on my mood board for 15 years.
I'm telling you, threesomes are where it's at. So I can't imagine how fun an orgy would be.
My females always say the same thing. I want to share.
And I've had threesomes with different people. Like, I've had 3 groups of threesomes.
What? It's a lottery? Is it a group? I need to meet these people.
I still could contact. Well,
jeez.
Tinder, actually.
Oh,
for all of them.
Oh, you know what? Tinder doesn't.
Well, no. One person I met in person, and then they had a partner, and then it just went
Tinder,
from there.
Yeah, Tinder don't.
But then
Tinder don't like me.
Tinder for one couple, it's not as good as it used to be too. And then also,
I'm trying to get a date. You talking about two more?
Yeah.
Tinder doesn't work.
Well, one time it was just a +1 situation where it was, okay, Teddy, rude. Good boy. There we go. I love you. I'm sorry. I don't look at me like that. I hope his peen didn't go across the thing. But yeah, there was one time where I already had another person and we just needed one more. But the other times it was me being the unicorn.
Damn.
Where I like go with couples. It's harder for you because you're straight, so you have to find 2 women.
That's true.
I just found.
That's true.
Like, I wasn't searching for a man and a woman. It just happened that it was
share.
like that.
You don't want to share.
Mm-hmm. But threesomes are the best.
I mean, don't be selfish.
I want to have like an all-female threesome though. That would be really fun. And I want to have I really have always wanted to have a 2 male one, but like men that also will fuck each other and watch them. So, like I said, voyeur is my top one. And that was like my favorite part. Like,
that's so funny.
Great. Yeah, pantyhose one usually is also associated with a foot fetish a lot of times. So yeah, that happens. Also, I do recommend if you're going to have penetration, which at this particular time I don't recommend unless you don't care if you get pregnant. But if you do, I do recommend being in fishnets and letting them rip them open at the crotch and then go at it.
You know, you said pantyhose. I was thinking. Oh, well, yeah, that's
really fun. Y'all have learned so much about me, and I don't know how I feel.
It's too late now.
I know. Yikes. But it's okay. It's okay. This is also part of, hopefully people have more open and honest conversations, because I feel like with sex, the more open and honest we are as a society and less shameful about things, then the less that essay is going to happen, the less that people feel pressured to hide what they like, the less that, like, everything's gonna get better. Yeah. I do really believe that, and it just takes someone being vulnerable and open and honest.
Because like to
inspire a chain reaction.
I'm like, you know, everybody's doing it. You know what I mean? Like in that way. Yeah. Like, you know, he's like, well, no, less people are. I was like, well, you know, I don't think that's true at all. I said, because at the end of the day, like, you know, corn is still the #1 industry in the country, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not actual corn, you know what I'm talking about. But it took me a second. Yeah, but it's the #1 industry for, you know, it's like, that's for a reason. People watching it, people are looking at it, people are engaging it, people are doing it, but it's the #1, but it's still so taboo, you know? Yeah. The conversations don't, you know, happen, or again, like, it's always those, and like, the timidness of like, okay, should I say this, or would this person think this of me if I'm into more of this? And again, like, you know, we don't ever know. And again, if it's the right person's good partner, I mean, they're trying to, that's what we do with people we care about anyway. We'll meet them again. Like I said, it might not be completely extreme, but I feel like most people will be like, okay, this person into it, at least try it, you know, at least, you know. And of course, and if you're not that kind of person, you know, it's okay. Be a little bit more open, explore a little bit more, and again, put those boundaries to yourself. Okay, hey, you're telling me to do this. I'm not really comfortable. Then let them know. Okay, but I will try to do this, or maybe start here, or, you know. Yeah, it's work your way up, and you can always start in a place. Like, you can always try something, and then once you start and you're like, absolutely not, then you tell them, and then y'all stop. Like, you can always, like, I feel like I found some of the things that I liked through not talking myself out of trying it. Now, not to say, like, if you really are uncomfortable, don't just go along with something because the other person wants it, but also, like I said, I like pleasuring people, so I was willing to do it because it
It didn't feel like out of my moral household. It didn't feel triggering. So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be into this, but let's just go for it. And then some of the time I was like, that's cool. Learn something new.
And like I said, because there's a lot of spectrums with this as well, like I said before. Like I said, again, maybe your thing isn't degradation, but you actually like praise. So again, so then that's where that would come in. Like, again, you know, your thing isn't being submissive, you're really more of a dom. You know, so there are places where you can kind of find yourself on both ways.
And there's meat in the middle.
In a lot of these things. So
yeah, there could be days where you want to be humiliated and days you want to be praised.
Yeah,
you know?
have those. There's a thing actually called a switch, and that's exactly what that term is. And it could be a switch where
in many different categories.
Yeah, in different categories, right? Where you can do that. You can sometimes be the submissive one, and then sometimes you like turn on and can be the dom. You know. So there's definitely different things in it, but again, I mean, a lot of this is in that, like, you know, again, if you guys are people are going to have sex, they're going to, you know, engage in those things. The biggest things I think is to, of course, make sure we're always doing it safely. We are protecting ourselves. Again, I mean, yes, babies and stuff is a major thing on the forefront now, but we still do have to be mindful of, like, you know, diseases and stuff of that nature. I mean, again, they do have a lot of stuff now, like PrEP, and I mean, of course, you know, we're actually living through. Especially with medical advances, you know, we're living through AIDS, we're living through HIV, you know, longer than we ever have. So yeah, there are those things, but you know, you still got to try to, you know, be safe as best you can. And again, we don't know what the future may hold. So this could be our #1 episode because everyone wants to know, you know, how can I still do whatever and then be safe, you know, or without worried about. Feel like I'm doing anything illegal in that way, you know.
Right. I want to run through because we got to wrap it up. I want to run through. Okay, sorry, we had to. I want to run through very quickly these things. So there is CFNM, which stands for clothed female, naked male, which basically is a nature of fetish. A clothed dominant female objectifies and wields her sexual power over a naked man. That's a good thing not to get pregnant. Clown fetish, where you're interested, one of you or both of you dress up as a clown during kink play. And silliness, bright outfits, all that. You can do BDSM with that as well as role play. There's cuckolding, which is great for a voyeur because it's domination, submission, humiliation. So it's a kink where a guy, usually, but it can be either way, where a guy gets hot and bothered and humiliated by their partner getting it on with someone else. There's the domination, submission we already talked about a little bit. There's erotic electrostimulation.
Oh, yes.
So
I've seen those sellers that come with like different various probes that all run an electrical current. They're mainly made of glass, and then someone with like a comb, someone with like a rod, and so they and then again electrical current goes through
a little bit,
and give you a little zap through that body. It's not too crazy.
Just make sure you do your research and
a lot of those, like I said, for people who like have those
because it can be dangerous if it's not
those physical pleasures like touch and so it does those kind of things.
Oh, this is something that I enjoy. The exhibitionism, where it's sexual excitement with the idea of being naked or observed in a sexual activity. So it's basically. Not necessarily. Some people with this kink want to be caught and want to be like on full display. Some people, it's the idea of possibly getting caught that turns them on. I'm the latter, not the former. Because
I'm either.
I mean, I'd be fine being watched as long as the other person consents to it and I'm not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I feel
like you could get caught.
But I like the idea of like, oh, I'm doing something dangerous. I could get caught. Yeah. Hope I don't, but I could.
Yeah. I like being in different places and meetups and cars and spots and all the things. I had one female who was making a whole little bingo board kind of thing. So a bunch of different locations. We just go check them off.
Oh my God, that sounds really hot, honestly.
There's a couple extreme ones I haven't got to that level yet, like in places, probably like outdoors. But
also, just so you know, if any women are watching this and would like to get it on with me. I never wear nails, and I would take them off gladly for you because my biggest fear is also me losing a nail up inside of me. So, just so you know, I literally never wear nails. I never have nails. This was for my birthday. But I just want to throw that out there. I know mostly men listen to this, but ladies, I'm open and ready for you and you only.
I got a condom stuck in the chick twice.
You got a condom stuck?
Yeah. We'll tell the story next time. I know we ain't got time.
Okay.
That'd be the hanger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to know about that, but yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the whole thing. 2 times.
So hot wifing is like cuckolding, but it's not out of humiliation. It's out of pride of like watching them have sex with someone else. Then we already went humiliation. Impact play is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like could be very, very dangerous, so be very careful. Where you strike safe zones, where it's like your butt, you strike the thighs, all that. It's not all about pain. It can be about pain, but it's like either like sweet love to smacks to something that could leave for days. And you could do it with hand, toy, objects, anything that seems extreme. I don't even know how to say this. Nismologin. I'm not even going to try. So it's basically, you can look it up. It starts with a K. And it's sexual pleasure from being tickled. So that's another one you can do without being pregnant. Or like without getting pregnant. Then latex fetish, people wearing latex. That's usually a lot in S&M. You can either find like pleasure from the actual material or just from watching it and some in it. And then orgasm control, we talked about edging. Then rope bondage, sadism, it's like biting and bondage, hot wax, handcuffs, all those things. Splashing, which I think I had to look this up the other day when I was playing Car Seats Community. So this is like, you know, being in like Jello, cake sitting, like playing with shaving cream, like being in like jelly, wet, messy jelly-like substances. I mean, I'd be interested in, but I'd be scared about something get all up the way in me, and then I'd be like smelling like a funeral home.
That's what I'd be concerned about, especially because like you know, especially they get with females, you know, they're
2 holes I gotta worry about.
Yeah, you know, and especially with certain things like even when it comes like whipped creams and stuff like that, and chocolates and stuff, I'd be a little because it can really throw women off if it gets you know, so sometimes I'm like,
yeah, voyeurism we talked about. That's a great way to not get pregnant. Is just don't have sex, watch other people have sex.
That's right.
The wax play we talked about. There's also, I couldn't find the article I was looking at earlier, but there is a balloon fetish where people get turned on by balloons and just think that balloons are really fucking sexy.
That could do it. That noise would get me too
I know.
much.
I know. If it's like, I could help, but I'd have to like have earplugs because if I heard that sound, I would. I mean, none of it would turn me on, but I'd like be turned on by them being turned on. But they'd really like it if I put balloons in my titties because they're like huge.
And then because they didn't have too many, I didn't see, but of course there's like always like role playing, so you know you can always get into those different things, and you know, even added in some different things, cosplays or whatever into that role playing, or which I think is really dope, especially because I'm more of that kind of place, you know, as far as like the actor, so I would love to like just different characters and just different scenarios. And so I definitely think, like some say, would go to like your local place and just, you know, just to go look around, you know what I mean? Like you might see some things, you know, you want to try, or, you know, maybe some things that might intrigue you, or open up those doors a little bit more. Like I said, they're always good places, so they're like so grungy, or like you said, people really in the back room just go literally crazy. I'm saying a lot of them now make them where they do try to make them more women friendly in that way, because a lot of women don't, you know, do feel kind of uncomfortable going into those places. But a lot of them actually try to, you know, actually cater to women a lot more for those things. So,
and even if you go online to an online store,
online,
then you can like find it. I was looking at a store the other day. I don't have the money to buy right now, but I was looking, and I discovered like all these different toys and things that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Like they're like fake tongues, so you could have
yeah.
like. And they move so that like it could feel like you're getting eaten out every day.
It's so crazy when you get stuff that you of course come in, and I mean a major part of my job too was scanning new stuff in, and a lot of times it was like he doesn't look at that stuff, read the packages. You know what I'm saying? Like
now your eyes got all wide.
I mean, they did because it's I mean because like you said, there's so many different things. I mean, especially of course where we're at now, where we have come so far as far as like. Sexual liberation and and not just kind of being missionary basically, so there's definitely different things for like I said both men and women, and even for men. I don't really like a lot of hours honestly. The women ones of course they got different ones and sizes and do all kind of things, and men maybe because of my pictures being like outside, for the most part, a lot of it is just like stroker things.
Well, there are the ones that go in your urethra.
Yeah, I've heard people that do it.
I heard it burns. I talked to someone. They said it burns a little bit, but then it feels good.
Yeah, I don't know. I had because said some test in there, swab it, and that was enough for me. I felt like they broke something, and I had a catheter in once, and I just none of those things to me. No, it's okay. But they do have like urethral massagers, and apparently that is supposed to like actually feel good, and thin little rods and stuff. But again, all of the hours are just wild, you know what I mean? Like, or they're like some little strokers and pocket pussies and stuff that to me don't really simulate anything real.
That's so funny because I've heard people say the opposite. So maybe you don't have the right pocket pussy, because I've heard people be like, "Yeah, no, the one I have feels exactly like the same."
I mean, I guess also because in comparing it to the real, it's just.
I mean,
the flesh stuff do feel fleshy, and it gives you that like flesh-like kind of feel in that way. But
as long as you put lube on,
it's just no. And maybe you know what it is. Like I gotta maybe do more of the like mechanical ones versus the ones that because to me because the way how you use a lot of those strokes is the same like you would with kind of regular masturbation in a way, you know what I mean? So it
I did talk to someone that has one.
Yeah, so it does it
an electric works on its own.
Okay, see, I think that might be different versus because in the day when I feel like the same motion of using the pipe pussy, I can do like hands. So it's not anything really different. On differences, I'm not using a fleshlight kind of thing to do, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I said this the other day to someone. There's only two reasons why I wish that I had a penis sometimes. Number one is that I could pee anywhere I want. That'd be really nice. Really easily.
I will say as a male that is great.
That'd be really nice. I'm so
I
jealous of that fact.
Every time I can.
So jealous.
I love it. I gotta just go right behind here.
And then the second one is like I'd want to know what a pussy and a pocket pussy feel like. Like I just want to know what that feels like.
They don't feel the same.
And I actually there's the third reason of all these men being like, oh, I can't have a condom because it doesn't feel good for sex because blah 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 meh.
Yeah,
bullshit.
I feel like it is as a man too. I feel like it is because at the end of the day, like I feel like we kind of require a lot less in a way than women do in that regard. So at the end of the day, it's going to whether you use your hand, whether you use the whole, you know what I'm saying, it's going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like it's an excuse. Once you get enough, because that's how it's designed. It's designed that the amount of friction you're going to, you know what I'm saying, regardless if it's income or not. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that's a little. I
ghosted someone one time because they tried to pull that crap.
That's a little cap. It's a little cap. Like, I understand, you know what you kind of mean by that in a way, because. You know, it's not direct,
sure there's a little less, or it's like a little less comfortable sensation.
Yeah.
That versus me being pregnant or being on birth control,
and honestly, the simple solution to that, if you're a guy too, literally put a few drops of lube inside the condom and watch you get the same effect. Watch it's gonna feel exactly the same.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah, just go so just a couple drops of lube in the tip when you put it on. And it's going to...
tip for your tip.
A tip for your tip. That's a tip for your tip, and that's what you do. And I promise you won't have to worry about that. For real. Matter of fact, maybe get some spermicide lube too, so it's even in the condom. If anything come out, then again that's like a lesser chance.
Yeah.
Of another.
Yeah, spermicide.
Good. You know, another extra thing to maybe ward off.
Yeah.
Having children or kids. You know, I don't think gonna. I mean, I guess they probably would ban that too, huh? Like spermicides and stuff.
Probably. Get whatever you can now, honestly.
Right, for real.
Check the expiration dates, but stock up a little bit.
That's why they were so, so impressed about all the lube Diddy had. They like, you gotta get rid of this. You can't have this.
Yeah.
You can't have this. But then we get it all. I think that's it. It's so crazy because we about to start looking like Diddy soon. Everybody's gonna have drawers and stuff and cabinets full of lube.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he didn't have it hidden. It was like, I mean, unless they just put it all out in his bathroom, it looked like it was just all out there in the open. Like, it's like a party gift where you take lube home with you as you leave type of thing, it looked like.
But it's so crazy that would be a thing. Like,
you
see all, like, the stores and adult stores just flying off the shelves, man. So I guess that's the thing, you guys. Yeah, we get up.
I'm nervous they're going to take our toys away, so I'm about to go order. Once I finally get paid, I'm going to go order some. Sheesh. I don't know what they're going to do, but it feels like we're going backwards. We're not progressing. And society is trying to progress, and then the government's trying to take us back. So
Yeah. And for some places, again, when it comes to different things, I get and understand, but I think it has to be, because I think that sometimes too, from my consensus of what I saw as far as election goes, that people are wanting to get to maybe some levels of tradition, but I just think I think the traditions in which we're trying to revert back to are not the ones. You know what I mean? I feel like you're trying to instill family values as a tradition of whole, but by almost forcing families in that way.
And it's not even forcing families; it's forcing women. And also, the Roe v. Wade doesn't just people aren't going to stop having abortions. They're just going to they're going to stop having safe abortions, and women are just going to die because doctors aren't going to want to know. Like, there are several women that, like, the baby was going to die either way, and the mom would die too if they didn't abort it now, but the doctors didn't know if they could abort it because of all this overturn. So then the mom dies too, or the mom has complications. Like, we're just killing women.
Yeah, and I've seen that too, and they're like, and I hate just, and I get numbers and I get those things, and I, since I get statistics in the regards, but to me it's just to just be like, well, that's a small percentage of women, but I feel like that's a small percentage of women be casualty, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's 0.03% of women.
Yeah. And it's like when you remove the option, then any kind of circumstance where you would need it is taken away. Yeah. And I know that they're happy about the circumstances where people just want to off it or whatever, but like, that's very rare. Usually it's way more nuanced. That has to do with everything else in their life and the amount of support that they have. Like, you just want to force women to have a baby and then not give them any kind of supplies or any kind of money to help them after.
Right. It's wild.
And they have to raise someone for 18 years plus?
It's wild.
Absolutely not.
It is wild.
So, 4B moving all the way, ladies. Sorry. Sorry, men, but...
Yeah. I mean... And I think too, with those things, I mean, we have to just do better with policing ourselves. I think, on like both sides, like as men, like really, I feel like at this point, both parties need to carry condoms, you know what I'm saying? Again, especially as long as we have them or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it needs to be a thing, you know what I'm saying? I think it's even more of a thing, So, because even with women condoms, because those things, I used them once or twice. It wasn't actually bad. Actually, I even would say,
I wasn't even sure how to put it on me. I have one in a random drawer that's probably definitely expired, but I never knew what to do with it.
I would actually even say, I would actually push more for women condoms, actually, because it was actually, especially for fellas, if that's the thing, and you don't want to wear blah, 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 blah.
No, because it's always on the damn woman. Wear your damn condoms, boys. Wrap it up.
Okay. Take it back. Wrap it up, fellas. But I mean, it is.
And speaking of wrapping up, we really got to wrap it up. We really got to wrap it up. This is a long episode, but this is very fun. I hope y'all had fun, and I hope you feel comfortable sharing more of your kinks. I'm sorry if I offended you with the baby one, but as long as you're not actually going for babies, then I'm cool.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And thank you so much for joining
us on this crazy episode.
I know, and learning a lot about us, especially me, because I feel like I shared more as I do. That's
absolutely
just
love it.
Who I am. Oh my goodness, you tied? No, you got penis breath.
Right, you know what that's been. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Well, listen, see you next episode
season 3 finale.
Season 3 finale with a revolt episode, hopefully. If not, then you'll see us again, and then if not, it'll probably be the first episode of season 4.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and also if you know how to do any sound things, please hit us up.
Yes.
Please. And if you know anybody that wants to intern with us and do some marketing and a few different other tasks, we have a whole plan for it. Please let us know.
Please, yes.
And again, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
And
he didn't even see.
And we keep that.